Well, hey everybody. So I'm gonna record this as part of my Stuff I Heard podcast. Not podcast, Stuff I Heard YouTube channel. This is sort of a process. I've been trying to learn how to get on my YouTube on my laptop and access the live version, live streaming. I realize that that's kind of preemptive, and I mean, I got big plans. I got big ideas about how this is supposed to go, and I don't really know how to get it started per se. So it's sort of like just a fact-finding mission. I know that I can do live YouTube from my phone. I guess your phone has something in it that allows you to do that kind of stuff. Just by clicking on the YouTube link, there's something on here that says, would you like to record a live one now? And I've done live ones before on my regular page, but I was gonna try and do it on my laptop using my little webcam video, and I was gonna try and do like a live stream while recording the podcast. That's what I'm gonna end up doing eventually. I have created a Twitter account, Stuff I Heard Podcast. If you go to Twitter and look that up, you'll see me. The goal is, at some point, I'm going to get to interact with everybody and do a live podcast, and I'll be able to like let you guys know when I'm going to be on, and you guys can like click on and ask questions or be a part of the conversation. I mean, that would be ideal, as if I could include you in the conversation. I think that'd be kind of fun. You know, why not connect with everybody? We can. There's no reason we can't. So, in that, I'd also like to reach my hand out to anybody who out there wants to partnership and, you know, create a partnership and, you know, sort of establish a group, and we can interact with each other and interact as a group to you, the audience. We can learn together. You know, that's part of the fun. I do want to talk about this podcast app that I was given sort of directions towards. I listened to a podcast, I've talked about this before, Bert Kreischer's podcast, The Bertcast, and his wife Leanne has her own podcast, Wife of the Party. She does his intros with him sometimes to help do reads, and she mentioned on one of the most recent podcasts I listened to the fact that a lot of people reach out to her and say, how do I get started to do my own podcast? And she recommended this app called Anchor, A-N-C-H-O-R. And she said, you know, it's really easy and you can use it and blah, blah, blah. Well, I looked into it and it is really easy. I actually downloaded the app. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a little purple icon. I don't know if you guys can focus right here. Purple icon. Can you see it? Kind of hard to see stuff on the phone. Purple icon. Anyway, Anchor. When I tap on Anchor, it has these little bubbles at the bottom. You can select music, you can select people to communicate with, you can select voicemails. It's got a thing up here that says find a co-host. You can click up there and find a co-host. It's got a thing on here for you to have a transitionary music. You can click on transitionary music. And then it's got a thing on here, you can listen to your own stuff, you can create your profile. It's got a record button around here. I've held the button the last time I did one. If you guys have gone on iTunes or on Anchor and listened to my podcast, it's available on iTunes. It's called Stuff I Heard. I held the button the entire time because I was afraid to let it go. I was kind of on a tear and I didn't want to interrupt it. But I figured out this morning that you can press the button and it says swipe up to keep recording, and then whenever you're done, you just tap the button. I didn't know that before. My thumb was getting really tired. That's why that podcast was 20 minutes. Plus I'd ran out of material and it was sort of an experiment to see if it worked. But anyway, then when you're done with it, you just have a publish button and you hit publish. And then it's got options on there for you to share. I know that my brother was talking about maybe doing one with his wife. And, you know, anybody else out there that's wanting to learn how to get started doing your podcast, I would recommend this. Day one, it gave me just the Anchor code. It was like anchor.fm or anchor.fm.joshua-peak, which was my name, which is fine. That's what I had it as. I wanted it to be able to be able to find easily. And I shared that link on the video and online, and the day later it popped up on iTunes, and I was like, whoa, how cool is that? I like had my picture on there, and it's like all official. I don't know, something about getting on iTunes makes you feel like you've accomplished something. It makes you feel like you're sort of, you know, in the club. But it's, to me, it's more mainstream than anything else. Kind of like YouTube. I just took a YouTube survey not long ago, and on the YouTube survey, it asked me all kinds of questions about, you know, how do you feel about your satisfaction with YouTube? Do you feel like we're helping new creators create content? And, you know, a lot of those questions I didn't quite know what their answer should be, because YouTube, it was asking me, how do you think YouTube feels about this? And I'm like, I don't know how you feel about it. To me, YouTube is a tool, it's a platform. It allows us to share things. I don't know the analytics or the mathematics about, you know, around why they decide to promote certain people and not other people. A lot of it is just, I'm looking for information. So I'll type it in and maybe it comes up, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Whatever it's doing, it seems to be doing great. I mean, I've been able to learn to do all kinds of things. At my job, I talk to guys all the time about YouTube, and they talk about how, yeah, I didn't know how to do this, but I looked on YouTube and I learned. And I was like, yeah. I said, now think about taking it a step further and record yourself doing it. You get to share that information with the audience. You get to share that information with other people who are also wanting to learn. Because maybe you watched a video and somebody showed you some good information, but they don't talk to the camera. They don't know how to talk to the camera. They don't think about the fact that someone is watching them and someone cares enough to click on it. And all they hear is just like somebody walking around with their camera and going, and they're doing something with their hands, but you're like, talk to us. We're watching you, engage us, like bring us into the fold. Like consider the fact that someone's on their laptop or on their phone and they're like, what are you doing? Explain it. Go into depth. Anyway, I wanted to show you the app. Easy to use. Download it. It's free. I haven't had to pay anything. I'm just sharing the information with you guys. If I find something better, I'll let you guys know. If you have something better, let me know. I've talked about the fact that I had recorded one on my laptop using GarageBand, and I figured out a way to save it as an MP3 file, and I don't know how to publish it from there. It's sort of stuck on my laptop and I can't publish it, which is weird because I spent like an entire day like doing music and intros, and I had this whole thing, and it was just like, wow, this is really like good production. I'd bought like a microphone, so I was like all professional-ish. See how that ISH-ish. But I had this idea of having, you know, somewhat like a studio where, you know, maybe I could get to be, I don't know, one day like the big guys and have, you know, the microphones on the extension arm that comes over and they can talk into it, and there's a board that mixes the sound levels, and then I could have like a video component that maybe records it at the same time, and all these ideas, and I just couldn't get it to go from the laptop to you guys. So if anybody has any knowledge of that, please share that information. I would love to learn. I'm eager to learn. The video part of it I get. I mean, even if I can't go live to record something, I can record it on a camera and then upload it. That's not such a big deal. That's totally doable. Thank God technology is getting up to speed, and our Wi-Fi is, you know, getting faster and faster, and, you know, download speeds are getting better and upload speeds are getting better, and maybe someone will get the clue and send fiber optics into our area. We live in Florence, South Carolina, and right now there's fiber optics at Myrtle Beach, there's fiber optics in Charleston, they're getting them in Columbia, they've got it in Greenville, Spartanburg, they have it in Charlotte, apparently Fayetteville already has it, and we're sort of in the middle of that spoke wheel, right in the middle of it. So it's just a matter of time before it comes here. I'm assuming that parts of it are already heading this way because our speed went from 60 megabytes to 100 megabytes per second very quickly. But the video component of this for YouTube needs to be higher. Right now I've got 10. 10 is as fast as it goes because it's coaxial cable to a certain point. I went and visited my brother up in Greer, and he's got 300 plus download and 300 plus upload, which means as quickly as he can hit a button to watch a video, he can also upload a video that quickly. That's pretty awesome. I want that ability. So hopefully it'll come this way. And when it will, we'll definitely do some more live stuff and maybe some interactive stuff. And I will learn, you hear that now? I will learn how to do this live thing from the laptop. So look forward to that. And I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate the support. I've gotten a few messages from guys, and you know, thank you. It's pretty cool. This is a pretty neat step. So stay tuned, more to come. I'm gonna record another podcast now.